Seth, this is where the process starts. Miranda and Kenny right now are actually mashing our malted rye into what will eventually be a wort. The hot water is gonna separate the starches from the grain. It'll convert it into a sugar. The sugar is what we need the yeast to eat to turn it into alcohol. What eventually will become the base of a whiskey then becomes the base of our Jennifer.
So there's whiskey in the gin.
Yeah, and that's why we like to call it our gin for whiskey drinkers, or it's almost like gin and whiskey had a baby.
Because gin itself, besides the aromatics that are added, doesn't have a lot of flavor to it.
Typically, your standard gin is gonna be a neutral base that's distilled to such a high proof that it doesn't have any flavor in it. What we like about this is that you're adding those really cool earthy flavors from the rye, and then we add the botanical bill on top of that. So Seth, this is our still Mama Bear. She's a 2,000-liter hybrid pot and column still, and this is what we're distilling whiskey on right now.
So how does the distilling process actually work?
Once we have a fermented wort, we'll pump it into the still. Alcohol boils at a lower boiling temperature than water, so as we heat the still, it's going to start to evaporate and come up through these columns that are then going to cool it. Then it comes back down in the form of more concentrated spirit.
And then once you have that, to become gin, you need to add some flavorings, right?
Right. So right in front of us, we have juniper, which is required to be in a Jennifer or any sort of gin. It's gonna smell almost like pine trees. From there, we've got our elderflower, which will give the gin some floral notes. And I love a pop of citrus in anything. So this is our dried orange peel that goes in.
And how many botanicals go in total?
We have a total of 10 botanicals that are just going to add complexity, herbal qualities.
And finding that blend of botanicals and making your recipe, that's where the real art and magic of gin happens, right?
And that's what makes it fun for the team, too, because they have their opportunity to be creative and dial in for a perfect product.
After the Jennifer is distilled down to 90 proof, it's time to bottle it up.
So Seth, I've got Jerry and Kay here today bottling the final product.
Like any great spirit, it should obviously taste good, but the bottle, too, should look beautiful, and this one definitely fits the bill.
Thank you. So we have what we call the 10th Ward Weirdos actually on every bottle. That's a juniper head right there. Genevieve is her name. So would you like to try an actual pour of the Jennifer?
Oh, I sure would.
Yeah? All right, the final product.
Hey, cheers.
So on the nose, you should start to get citrus, a little bit of maltiness from the rye and some of the juniper. As you sip it, you'll notice, especially the juniper being a bit more forward, that's where you get some light piney notes. The rye whiskey and the malt throughout is a little bit sweeter, and then a nice herbal botanical blend from there.
That is very sippable. Just a nice, complex, yet delicious spirit.
We can also try it in a cocktail form. You wanna join us at the cocktail bar?
Oh, I sure do.
All right, let's go. So Seth, welcome to our cocktail bar and tasting room here in downtown Frederick. We have Phil, our bar manager, who is here to make us a delicious drink with the Jennifer.
We're in good hands with you today, Phil.
Absolutely.
And it looks like we have some food to go along with our drinks
Yeah,
as well.
so these burgers are from Maxwell's, our next door neighbors. We don't really have a restaurant as the distillery, and so our partners provide food to our guests.
Well, burger at the bar sounds good to me. So what cocktail are you making today, Phil?
Today we're going to be making our Queen Bee's Knees with our Jennifer gin.
Oh, well, perfect, because we brought some over from the distillery for you.
Even better. So we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of the Jennifer gin. And then we're going to add in a little bit of our house-made honey lavender syrup and some fresh lemon juice.
And this is a cocktail that traditionally would be made with Jennifer?
So a BZ's would have been made with any style gin, but it is a Prohibition-era drink, so we like to put our own twist on it.
Oh, and now the shake. Let's see it.
Of course.
Double shake.
The double shake.
Sometimes it gets all over you.
You're a trained professional.
I've watched Cocktail a couple times.
And it seems perfect that you would bring back a traditional cocktail to showcase the Jennifer, because the Jennifer itself is something that's been brought back from the past as well, right?
It dates back to the 1500s, actually, believe
Wow.
it or not. It is that old of a spirit.
And now we're going to top it off with some fresh lemon dipped in a lavender sugar made in-house. You're going to get your nose right into it.
That is a really beautiful cocktail. Cheers, Monica.
Cheers.
Cheers. And you weren't kidding about getting your nose right in there, because that is very lavender forward, but also really nice kind of subtle citrus flavors that I think really accentuate the ones in the Jennifer.
Well, every time we're making a cocktail, you want to make sure that it has sweet, spirit, bitter, and citrus. And this cocktail, I think, really highlights all four in a really nice balance.
Hey, Seth here. If you want to discover more of the incredible restaurants in the DMV, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching Signature Dish.